Overwhelming scientific evidence already shows that climate change is having an impact on the Great Lakes, from warming waters to inland flooding. But when it comes to snow, that's when things get a little complicated. It starts with separating weather and climate. Think timescales, says Scott Rochester, professor of meteorology at the college at Brockport.
Day-to-day weather is what you get. Climate is what you expect. And even though the climate is getting warmer over time, that means the average temperature is getting warmer. It doesn't mean we don't get cold air anymore, obviously.
So gradual warming will not stop major cold snaps, but it will warm the lakes. In fact, according to NOAA, Lake Ontario has warmed over 2 degrees since 1995, a warming that can contribute to lake effect.
You need relatively warm water and you need very cold air.
The specific heat of water is higher than that of land. That basically means it can retain heat longer. So that means a longer warm air, more lake effect snow as we get through the season. We're still going to get the cold snaps despite the water being warmer in a warmer climate. And that's going to mean lake effect snow. Of course, we have the cold blast moving over the warm waters. That's for Lake Ontario. Lake Erie, a different scenario. We eventually freeze over as we get later in the season. But guess what? That water is warmer in that warming climate. That means a less ice on the lake as we get into springtime, more lake effect snow.
If the lake is more open, longer period of the year, then you have the potential for the lake effect season going longer, and warmer water longer means better potential for big lake effect.
The Rochester Airport since World War II has seen an increase in annual snowfall of over a foot. This supports other studies that have looked at locations all across the Great Lakes, work that will translate into more snow in the short term.
By short term, we're talking about climate short term, 10, 20, 30 years, that we might see more lake effect snow in a longer season.
Wind direction is another important factor in who sees more lake effect snow, and no connection has emerged with climate change. But in the long term, as temperatures continue to warm, any snow, whether it be lake effect or from a nor'easter, will become less prevalent, depending on greenhouse gas levels over the next century. James Gilbert, News 8.